Hello, hello, and welcome back to The Coco Show, hosted by myself, Colette Creighton, and co-hosted by my best friend, David Schwartz. This is a show where the banter at the top of the episode never ends, and neurodivergent or not, we are here to make you feel less alone about your human experience. We have no expectations, and neither should you.
You are listening to one silly little episode of
The Coco Show. Although we had planned on having our delightful friend Molly in studio with us today, the universe had other plans. Molly is feeling under the weather, so it will just be your fairy pod mothers shooting the shit today. So say a little prayer, send a little spell to Molly. She is not well today.
Indeed.
But before we get into the weeds, as always, ye fucking cause and hyperfixations must come first. And my ye fucking is Botox, man. I know, hear me out, but regardless of its wonderfully enhancing cosmetic qualities, it allows me to relax my jaw. Within 2 hours of injection yesterday, I was actually feeling relief already.
Wow.
Because I had to get Botox, not just into like my mandible here. I also needed it like through my fucking scalp.
So how does it relieve? It's a tension headache it relieves?
Yeah.
Just by forcing you to like relax your jaw?
Uh-huh.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, because what Botox does is it like forces that muscle to relax.
No way.
Yeah, so like I'm already feeling fucking better today. So ye fucking ha to botulism. We love you. TMJ is no fucking joke, and if you're suffering, there is a solution.
What does TMJ stand for?
That's a great question. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Is that like a stress headache, like where you're just
No,
clenching your
it's
teeth?
something about the jaw. Temporomandibular.
That is a word.
That was really
That's a good
embarrassing.
one. No, that's tough.
Acts like a sliding hinge connecting your jawbone to your skull. You have a joint on each side of your head. TMJ disorders a type of mandible. I know that word.
Temporomandibular. Temporomandibular.
Ah, there we go.
Can you use it in a sentence?
That can cause pain in your jaw joint and the muscles that control jaw movement. So, ouch.
Great, you just used it in a sentence.
I
Nice
used
job.
it in a sentence without saying it.
Yep.
Gotcha. Big gotcha. Okay, and then my hyperfixation has just kind of been like spring cleaning and organizing. I think it's really because I'm feeling like I'm not in control for some reason right now, and nothing makes me feel in control like clean counters. I know it doesn't really translate to anything, but it does up here. And one of my favorite ways to get started when I am spiraling about all of the things I need to do and how to be productive with my time is writing like a stream of consciousness list of just everything I know I need to get done. And then I take that list and I make all my little sub lists, and then like I can organize my thoughts from there.
Nice.
So hopefully that's helpful to someone.
My you is it my turn?
Yeah.
My you fucking hot is I'm gonna give it twofold. I can't pick this week. I gotta give one to the Seattle Kraken for making these Stanley Cup playoffs.
Let's go. We love hockey, boys.
Which is so great. Very excited to watch that continuously. Also, my pure fucking hot is for Kevin's badge this weekend. That was super, super fun. Got to go up to Vancouver, Canada, where we stayed on this boat in Granville Island. It was this big old boat, and like it was literally on the water in Granville Island. So like footsteps from the water taxi right next to the market. The location was unbelievable. And the group was just really, really awesome. It was really cool to spend that time with Kevin's friends, get to know them. And that was just a really positive experience. And I similarly also had a little bat with my self-saboteur. And I really kind of kicked him in the butt. And I said, no, Dave, like, you know, you are here, you're having fun, you're going to continue to have fun, and it's going to be a great time. And you know what? It was. So, just a really great experience overall. Really happy I got to be a part of that. I got to DJ for the group for like several hours on, I think it was Saturday, on the boat, and it was really awesome fun experience. We all had a really good time. So,
Hey.
and that was my first international performance, if you think about it. So,
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Yes, indeed. My hyperfixation right now is the Fox defamation lawsuit and how they just settled for like $734 million or something like that. So I was just doing a bunch of reading up on that before the show started, and it's definitely going to be top of mind until it's not top of mind anymore. So that's all I got.
Yeah, so that's that. But before we get into just shooting the shit and some questions, we're gonna have we are gonna have ourselves a little dancey dance break, because as y'all know, to move energy, you gotta
have to move your body.
See you in a sec. And we're back. So Dave, we haven't formally chatted about being podcasters for an entire year now.
Insane.
A
A testament to you,
thank
Coco
you.
Show. Name on the marquee. Deserves it every day.
Listen, I'm really proud of us, and this has been such a transformational experience for both of us. And I just wanted to thank you here on the air and Tech Daddy for all that you've done to make this show the cozy corner of the internet that you all come to know and love.
Well, and thanks to our listeners.
Yes, we appreciate every
We
single
love
one of
you
you.
guys.
We
You're
live, laugh, love
amazing.
you, in fact. And
our guests. Thanks to all of our guests.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever been on the show.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just crazy to think, episode 1 to where we are now.
Yeah, well, and it's funny that you mentioned episode 1, because I was actually listening to it on the way over here.
Nice. Is that Karmic Throat Punch?
Nope.
one's
It's just called Pilot.
Yeah, that tracks.
Classic.
Good thing they invested.
Right? Good thing they invested. Thanks,
the
Orion
sun.
Entertainment.
Amazing.
Yeah, sponsored by Orion Entertainment.
True.
Thanks, Daddy.
Technically, it is a subsidiary of Orion Entertainment.
That's
so.
right. I am owned.
Are you not entertained?
I'm saying. Anyway, but I was listening to it on the way over, and we've grown so much, and it was so fun to hear you talk about like your beginning stages of hockeydom.
Wow.
Like
Ooh.
that was the
Whoa.
first thing you brought up
No
on the
way.
podcast. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I should go back and listen.
And now you're on like a whole ass team called Purple Rain. Go Purple Rain.
Go Purple Rain.
Let's go. And LOL at me saying I hated leaving the house. I was still in
That's
that like
funny.
end stage
Whoa.
of pandemic where I was like really isolating.
This one never is in the house anymore. She's always out dancing and
I am out on the town because here's the thing. I needed a pandemic and everything to be taken away from me for you to go, what do you actually enjoy? When you do leave your home, what would you like to be doing? And it was like, well, aside from the things I have to do, like work and, buy food and what have you, I was like, I love to dance. Turns out. And I really missed that in the pandemic. And it was like, bitch, you haven't gone to the club in years, but it being taken was like, well, I guess this is important.
the timing of everything.
Yeah, because David started in nightlife kind of like at the end of...
Right as things opened up. I mean, this is summer. My first real nightlife gig back was like
Queer bar, like summer 2022 or 20 no 2020.
2020. No, nothing was open.
No, July of 2020.
I think it was 2021. Maybe.
I
Honestly,
went-
it's hard to remember.
I went back to work
Blacked
July.
out for like a year and a half. So
the week of 4th of July 2020 is when I went back to work
wow.
because I was home for 3 months.
Yeah, but we weren't DJing for a good year.
Really?
Yeah, like we barely, unless we were live streaming, we were not really doing much of
Oh
anything.
yeah, huh?
Well, that's how I I started doing the DJ sessions during the pandemic, and then that was how I kind of got discovered by Queer Bar, and then by Vanessa Rustler, who I played with at Kennedy's fundraiser last night, which was incredible. Our girl raised $4,000.
Let's go.
So yes, we're super. That's a ye fucking ha.
Yep.
You know what? No limit to the number of ye fucking ha's on a pod.
And
okay.
the amount of times I just text in conversation ye fucking ha to my friends. By the way, David's drinking a Celsius, and they should sponsor us.
Yeah, they should.
Show the can. We're gonna make an ad.
Fuji apple pear.
Fuji apple pear. Drink it here or there.
Pairs well with life.
Seriously, sponsor us.
I need the caffeine, so.
Anyway, I just wanted, again, I also wanted to formally acknowledge that this is season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2 of the Coco Show. What does that mean? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
What does that mean?
It just means that we have established some sort of loose algorithm, and now our episodes have structure. Because the first, look at your little plume there. The first episode, we have no intro. We have no, there's
really?
There's no intro. You come on like all fanfare with your like delightful announcer voice.
Oh, I bet
and
I do,
you introduce me, and then we have our little song, blah, blah, blah. But that's like kind of it. And then we just shoot the shit for a while. And that's that. We didn't really know what we were doing. Of course we didn't. It was the first episode, but it's just it's so crazy to see. Not crazy. It's really delightful to watch how our progress has unfolded.
I have questions for you, Chloe.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I agree completely.
Okay.
What is one thing you've noticed about your life that's changed since you've started this podcast?
I don't take myself so seriously.
Cool.
I know we're working on that, me and Barb. Shout out to Barb. I bring up my therapist so much. And I think, again, I know I have become much more comfortable, and I always have been, but just like straight up being like, yo, this is what I struggle with. These are the tools that I use. I hope that me screaming about it helps somebody else. And now I have a formal platform to do that on, and now I have an excuse to hang out with people.
True.
Which is really cool.
Good. Podcasts are great for networking.
Yeah.
Both in social aspects and then like professional aspects as well.
Because pretty much, I think how I have infiltrated myself into all of David's friends' lives has been like,
yes.
You should come on the podcast.
Yeah, it works.
And then we hang out, and then they're like, oh my God, I love Coco. And David's like, yeah, I know. She's my best friend. And then everyone's best friends, and it's amazing.
True. You have definitely just kind of, to use a word with a negative connotation, infiltrated our friend group. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But in the best of ways. Yeah.
No.
And it's nice because now I have like a dancing buddy for sure. All the time.
Because somehow David and I both married introverts, and we are not introverts. So no, David and I have each other, because this podcast, actually, you know what? Circling back, the thing I am the most thankful for, totally, out of this podcast is how our friendship has just
evolved.
I could not be more obsessed with this human being. You are fucking everything to me. I love you so much. And you say, and I want to formally apologize about this. You say in the first episode that I'm one of your soulmates, and I never say it back.
Say it back.
You are one of my fucking soulmates.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Thank you.
And I go into explaining why you are, but I don't say it. So I wanted to say it.
Sounded nice to hear.
Yeah. I could tell you.
It was worth the wait.
A whole year he waited. But I love it. I love having this platform.
You're very good at it. You're very good at the organizational piece, the prep work. You've done a commendable job keeping this ship on track. You know, like I'm sitting there with the paddles, like I'm rowing, but like you're steering the ship. And that was basically the agreement we made when we started this. I was like, yeah, down to do a podcast with you, but you have to do like all the legwork. And you have, and you've done something incredible. And we are in the top, 10% of podcasts now, which is
exciting.
Incredible. I mean, we're still looking for sponsors. We still want you to send your fucking ha's in.
Yeah.
Be really helpful, guys.
I've only said it 30 times. And by the way, if any of my hot tips from this episode help you, I would like to hear about it via email. I want formal channels.
Also,
formal channels.
The work that you and Austin have done on the Instagram and the teasers and just like the production value of this room. I mean, wow.
I'm wearing our fucking merch. We have merch.
We've had merch.
I know, but it's just, this is so cool.
It is very cool.
We materialized an idea because I texted David and I went, what equipment should I buy on Amazon to start a podcast? He goes, how about you just come over on Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also shout out to Kevin, whose bachelor party I went to this weekend.
Oh my God, Kevin.
It's his fault we had all this podcasting equipment because me and Kevin started the Kevin Dave show that only took about like 3 episodes and then it fizzled. But I had all this stuff and no podcast partner, and now I have a wonderful
Coco.
use for all of it. Enter Coco.
And also, this used to be the Good Vibe Studio, and now it is the Coco Show Studio.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's cool. Cool. Evolving.
Still plenty of good vibes in here.
Oh,
no doubt about it.
But it is not good vibes only because fuck toxic positivity.
Fair.
I hate that shit.
Okay.
Sure do.
All right. Hot take. Okay, let me disagree with you for a touch here because you can fake it till you make it, baby. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're in a negative headspace, one really helpful way to get yourself out of that is positive talk and pretending like everything's okay.
Yes.
And then because eventually things become okay.
Yes, and it's super important not to let yourself ignore feelings that you feel. So you should feel your feelings and then move on.
Yes. Was I talking to you about that this weekend? I think I was talking to Jamie actually about it, but it was like, that was kind of what I was going through. It was like, I recognized in the moment that what I was feeling was valid.
No,
I had
you were
a
talking
reason
to me.
okay. I had a reason to feel the way I was feeling, but I didn't want to let that feeling ruin my entire trip. There was no reason for me to do that other than letting my self-saboteur get the better of me. And I'm still really proud of myself for the way I kind of dug myself out of that hole. Because sometimes you just spiral, you know, and it can just take one little teeny tiny thing and then you will fixate on that one little teeny tiny thing and forget all the, every other good thing that happened before and after it. And it's just like, yeah, feeling you fucking how again.
You fucking how.
What
has been your favorite episode?
Ooh, the ones with Molly are really fun. I'm so bummed she's not here today. Can I also say, like, you've brought all these other incredible people into my life as well. Like, duh. Like, all the people I've met from the Coco Show and how I've become a part of your friend group as well, and our networks have just kind of just blended together. Because now, I mean, the Coco Show is an entity. It is a real thing. And we're bringing people into that community and creating something here. And thank you for everything that you've brought into my life as a result of this.
We really have just become like this blended family, if you will.
Yeah.
I say it with air quotes because we're not the Brady Bunch, but we could be.
How do people think we're dating more often, or do they think we're siblings from the last year and a half of hanging out together?
Everyone thinks you are my husband.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my husband's name is Dan. And because Dave married us, I do say that we're married too. And he's my husband. So I have a husband named Dave and a husband named Dan. And most pictures I take are of Dave. So people just assume it's you, which is fair. And
I think we look like fucking siblings, dude.
Yeah, but you know how many couples look like siblings?
Do you know how many times at events I think people assume we are gay and they like don't know how to ask if we're like in a relationship. So instead they just go, are you guys brothers?
Yes, that's better.
Yeah, it's so much better. Like,
we're not in Alabama, sweetie.
I will, but like, no offense to the love of my life, but I think we look more similar than Austin.
I don't think that's offensive.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah.
Do people think we're together?
Also, our mannerisms, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, we're also very neurodivergent. So we just, the more time we spend together, we
just
become
mimic. What is that called?
mirroring.
Mirroring? I don't know. I just love stealing people's funny words that they say.
Yeah, mannerisms, mirroring behaviors, I think.
Like, that's elite. Shout out to Zona again.
Does he say elite?
God, you started saying elite because he says elite. Fact.
Not me, not even noticing me taking somebody else's mannerisms. I had fun with him. That was a fun episode.
That was a really fun episode.
We love you,
and
Christian.
we love you. Learning about all that stuff with his how his like uncle is just, or not. Yeah, his uncle is like a year older than him.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
Because here's the thing. I grew up in a place where everyone had pretty normal nuclear families, and I was like, I'm 10 and my siblings are 20 and they are not twins, but they're 6 months apart, and my mom had my sister and my dad had my brother, and they met when they were 5. And everyone goes, huh? And so
Your mom and dad met when they were 5 years old?
No, my siblings met when they were 5.
Got it.
But my parents got divorced from their first marriages the same year. They were married for the same amount of years, and they were both from the East Coast, moved to Manhattan Beach, and met each other within like 3 months of getting divorced, both of them.
Got it.
Like, it was just like very weird, all of these like similarities, trauma bonds, if you will. But yeah, so I would love to do a little compilation video of my face when I like realize in like the last 4 or 5 videos when one of our guests does something that I do too, and I get all excited.
Just a reel of Colette excited.
Compilations.
Yeah.
A compilation video. That would be cutie. Okay, so we have talked about this on a couple different episodes, but we haven't like formally talked about it. How have you implemented protecting your peace in the last year?
That's a good question. Simple answer, and maybe not a great thing, but just not doing things I don't want to do. Like, not forcing myself to do things because I would rather do something else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be a little more diligent and like get myself to do more things sometimes. I don't know, but I would say that's one.
Okay. It depends on what context you mean that in, because in one sense, I fully believe in living a life of, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no. But there are a lot of things we have to do that we don't want to do. Like, I'm not going to call out of work because I wake up and I'm tired. That's ridiculous. Yeah. But like, perhaps if I'm having a day where I'm super fucking exhausted and I'm trying to get myself to get up by 9 on my day off to do a bunch of shit before I have like physical therapy, and it's like, I'm just so tired, I'm not going to make myself do it. And another good one is telling yourself that it's not everything is a right now problem. Yeah.
Well, I feel like for me too, I do feel like I have a good bit of time. Like, I know life is short, but I also know that like my schedule is so flexible, and like I actually have a pretty considerable amount of time where I get to decide what I do with it. So, you know, it's like, well, if I don't do it today, I can always do it later, you know?
What a luxury.
It is a luxury. I live a very blessed life. Like, people are always like, David, you're so busy. I'm like, not really. I don't know. I have a lot of time to do a lot of things I want to do.
You are busy, but like, you do have dinkin' time.
Yeah, I got dinkin'. I dink. I love to dink.
Yeah,
but
we love to
also
dilly-dally.
I've not dinked for like 10 years.
Yeah,
so now I'm in my dinking era.
Let's talk about that for a second, because you and I are both that way, where we worked our fucking asses
Like
off.
that was the point. Like that's why we did it.
Yeah.
So that we could be in our 30s and dink.
In our dinking era.
Yeah.
Literally double income, no kids. Also just dinking around like ding, ding, ding. Like I love to dilly dally. I love to dilly dally.
So one thing to protecting my peace is like I've prioritized hobbies instead of work, right? So like, yeah, I could go and like make an Instagram reel, and I need to, but like I could also take 30 minutes and play with my dog, and that's really fun, and makes me happy. Like I also feel like I spent so much time traveling over the last couple of years at least. I feel like I was never home, and now I feel like I've been home for a really long time, and I'm like going back on all this guilt that I felt about like my poor doggy, like who deserves the best life ever, and I promised that that's what I would give him, you know.
Ranger's over there.
I know, and he's like 6 now, so now I am seeing a little bit of, you know, the clock is real, and you know, I just want to make sure I get as much good. I just want him to be happy, you know.
I love that.
He's the best dog.
What is a nickname you liked growing up?
Oh, that's a great one. Bullet comes to mind. I loved when people would say that I was fast. It was my entire personality. I was David the fast guy. And I mean, I made the 4th grade track team, or no, middle school track team in 4th grade.
Let's go, baby.
I'll never forget this moment. Linda Nallis comes up to me at PE and she says, Schwartz, you've been called up. No, I'm just kidding. She was like, David, do you want to run track middle school? And to me, I cried. Like, of course I did. But oh my God, it was like one of the proudest moments of my life. I got 2nd place in one of my races. So I was super fast as a kid. And I loved when people called me that because it was just my kind of calling card. I also don't know if I liked it. I used to get called Schwartzy a lot. Schwartzy, which I now like it. Like I now don't hate it. But did the frat call me Schwartzy, and that I think is when I started to like it because there were so many Davids. So like Schwartzy was way better than David.
That's actually such a cute nickname.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny going back to hockey. The whole thing started when my mom bought me a Jaden Schwartz jersey. Jaden Schwartz is a forward for the Seattle Kraken, and for me, it was this crazy thing. I always want to learn how to play hockey, and so I got this jersey for a Seattle hockey team, which I'd wanted for a really long time, like to have a hockey team here and to have that in Seattle. And she pulled up a picture of Jaden Schwartz, but his nickname is Schwartzy, and that was my nickname playing soccer, and my number was 17 and his number was 17. So I just like saw all these parallels, and you know, representation matters, you know. And it was the first time I'd seen a Schwartzy on TV, and I was like, you know what, I want to get in on this action. Oh, he's so cute.
He kind of looks like who's that fucking sports ball football guy with the big forehead?
Oh God, narrow it down, why don't you?
I can see he's the Nationwide is on your side. Who's the guy? He has the brother. He has the brother that's also in the NFL.
Manning, Peyton.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Peyton Manning. We should probably cut that.
You are not wrong.
We should probably cut that down.
No, I think we're fine.
Me spiraling about people are going Peyton Manning into their fucking car. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
because
girls.
our listeners really know a lot about sports.
Hey, some like multiple things.
That's
you
true.
like sports ball
Kev
and
loves
dick.
sports. Kev, if you're listening, we know you like sports. Light the beam. Go Kings.
Oh, Beam Team.
Beam.
Yeah. You fucking hot to our listeners who like sports ball in Northern California because Light the Beam. I don't remember the name of the team. Oh, the Kings. Yeah, the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. That's right. It's purple. We like purple. Purple is the color of royalty.
I just love an underdog. I will cheer for any underdog I possibly can. Like, all I want to do when I watch sports is just find out which one's supposed to lose and then cheer for them.
That's pretty on brand, actually. That's funny.
But I think it's so a part of my Seattle upbringing. There's no like every Seattle team is always an underdog. Even when we're doing well, people don't think we will. So I think it's like ingrained in my psyche to love an underdog.
Sure. I'm trying to think if I had any fucking nicknames as a kid that I liked.
Oh, that's why. That's how we got here.
I guess I didn't hate Coley.
I mean, you got Coco, right? When did Coco come about?
I actually Coco is my favorite nickname I've ever gotten, and people started calling me Coco at Alta. So I've been Coco for almost 8 years now.
Nice.
And it started as kind of like my little hairdresser persona, and then just kind of evolved into part of my personality, and I like her. She can stay.
I love her. She's a cool gal.
Yeah. Tell me a time you were proud of yourself.
In relation to the Coco show?
No,
or
just in general.
I mean, I was proud of myself last week for I did drop in hockey. I played 3-on-3 with some boys who were much better than me, and I kept up, you know, I mean, like,
let's go.
Was I the worst on the ice? Absolutely. But boy, howdy, was I doing my best to keep up. And it was really fun because 3-on-3, no subs for an hour is
Jesus, David.
backbreaking. Yeah. So yeah, it was, that's the thing I love the most about hockey. You know, it's whatever. Can't really question like how the obsession came into my life, and did I really think that when I told myself I don't know, I have a habit of doing the things I say I'm going to do with my life, but the constant feeling of improvement, I think, is so healthy in anything that you're doing. So like if your goal is to be a better reader and like you suck at reading, and then you just pick up books and keep reading and get better at it, you will constantly, like, those little milestones, those little victories that we create for ourselves are so important to our own perception of our own growth. So I think that's been just the whole hockey journey I'm definitely very proud of, and it continually makes me feel proud of myself, because I think in my head I thought that it was like something that no one thought that I would actually do, and then I
have
did
faith
it.
in you.
When the problem is like when I have that, and there's probably no one out there that was like, David playing hockey, what a joke, there's no way, right? Like no one said that, not one person on planet Earth. But like, did I have that person invented in my head? Yeah, absolutely.
Because some version of you thought you couldn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
What did the pandemic force you to discover about yourself?
That is a fantastic question. Wow. It reactivated my creativity in ways. It really motivated me to I put shit in place it was in survival mode, you know, and I wasn't like that motivated since probably I started DJing. Yeah, I mean, it just actually, I take it all back. It made me realize just how much my community supported me in what I do. When our garage got broken into, and we lost all our stuff. Shout out to Kevin again. My boy Kevin started a GoFundMe for us, and like within 30 minutes, an hour, I don't know, I had already found out about it, like, and it had already surpassed its goal, 33333. And yeah, so just the overwhelming sense of support we received, and just we realized like people were rooting for us to make it through this thing, and we did, thanks to them, and we're all here today because of it. So
Ye fucking ha. Yeah, it really forced me to figure out who the fuck I was. Because I think I mentioned this with Matthew, like I didn't have my career to hide behind. And it's like, who are you?
Right. We've talked about that before, how like, especially as artists, your identity gets wrapped up in that. Ugh.
Your identity is completely enveloped in what you create and who you are to these
your
people.
Ability to deliver it too.
Yes.
So if you deliver it in a way that is not up to the standard you expect from yourself, you start thinking so little of yourself, which is so crazy. Like, obviously you shouldn't do that. Everybody has off days, you know.
But also think about the million times you can recount where somebody complimented a piece of art that you made in any capacity, and you just start telling them every single thing you hate about it.
I try not to do that too much.
Right, but you've done it.
Maybe.
We've all done it.
Fair enough.
It's like,
oh yeah.
thanks. Oh my God, I hate this, and this. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever fucking done. I can't take a compliment.
When they're talking about your
Yeah.
work. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Like, literally can't help but slide in a self-deprecating thing. Like
how about try taking a compliment?
yeah,
I don't know. Try
so
it sometime.
hard. So I don't like it.
It's taken many years, but we're getting to a place where we can just say, "Oh my God, thank you," and then like move on.
Goals.
It's not an open invitation to talk shit about yourself.
I think I like made myself believe that the more I think it goes back to that little stupid voice, that voice in your head. But like I kind of get very motivated by the idea as well that like, no, you're shit. Like, do better. Like, and maybe that's terrible, but
A little toxic.
yeah, for sure. But it kicks my ass a little bit. You know, it's like the guilt makes me perform better or want to put in more practice, or like, how can I change that? How can I do it better? Whatever.
Well, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people are motivated by deadlines.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. How this completely pivot. How did you get over your first heartbreak?
Ooh. Well, I guess the question is, which was my first heartbreak? Oh, this one's easy. I get to tell this one on the air. Okay. My first heartbreak goes out to Victoria Anderson. Sorry, Victoria Spear. She's now married. 2 beautiful children. She broke my heart. She basically just had my friend. This is a true story. We were in the cafeteria,
How
which
old
is
are we?
also a gym,
Paint us a picture.
7th grade.
Okay.
And my friend Andy, wow, I can see this like in my mind, clear as day, the whole room. My friend Andy comes up to me, hands me a broken necklace that I had given her because she ripped it off her neck, and just handed it to me. That's how she broke up with me. So how did you get over that? Yeah. I threw it into a urinal at Sunday school, and me and my friend pissed on it because she had also broken his heart in hindsight. So we were like, fuck you. I love you, Vicky. But yeah, that's the story. That's a good one too.
Your first love.
How about you? Yeah.
Well, I would have to pick who, like, what counts, what signifies, what was actual heartbreak and what was just being a little kid. And now I'm horrible because I can't remember if I dated Kevin or Ian first. I think it had to have been Kevin.
How many times are we going to say Kevin on the show today?
Yeah, but in funny, every Kevin we've mentioned, aside from his 3 mentions of Bachelor Kevin, because I think you also mentioned Kevin Blazona. Is that who you're talking about?
Oh shit! Yep, that's another shout out for Kevin Blazona.
We love you, Kev. Never met you, but we're big fans.
We have to have Kevin on the show one day. It's gonna happen.
That would be fun.
It's gotta happen. Okay.
But yeah, no, I think it was Kevin, and I probably just started dating somebody else because that was my move. Serial monogamous.
Serial monogamer. Kind of same. Let's think. I'll keep going on that story. Like, first boy heartbreak. I think it goes to Dean Keck, but I don't we never really like dated, you know, we just like kind of had a thing, but I wouldn't say it was like a heartbreak. I mean, definitely high school Dave, but that's a whole other massive shit.
My toxic trait as a teenage girl, like everybody else, was I thought I was in love with everybody.
That's fair.
Like in love with everybody, because
we just feel all the feelings all the time.
Exactly.
You know?
The neurodivergent in us becomes hyperfixated on the individual and then involve teenage hormones, and you can't sleep, eat, or drink without them. And then throw in Grace and fucking Martin on top of trying to unpack hormones and navigating school with neurodivergencies and your accommodations and trying to make friends, and then you also like boys, and then the female friendships are literally, you're in the jungle. These women are ready to fucking eviscerate you.
Can I ask a personal question?
Sure.
How do you regret not understanding your bisexuality until later in life? Like if you had been bi in high school, do you even think it would have been possible for you to be bi in high school? 3 questions.
I think because of how the world was when I was in junior high and high school, and because of the girls who were open or like non-binary at the time.
I mean, that word like didn't exist then.
Not really, but there were people that were floating in the ether in that.
Got it.
Like it was just what they were giving, and I was like, cool. But they were not well liked.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And like they were considered weird, and I was already weird because I was artsy and I had accommodations and I was Jewish, and like there was like not that many Jewish kids, and the ones who were Jewish were fucking weird too. So it's just like I'm already pigeonholed so much, in my opinion. Like, yes.
I got bullied more for being Jewish than...
Bro, what the fuck is that? So I think because of that, I also really pushed back from like religion and wanting to go to temple and exploring that. And like, maybe I would have loved it, but I'll never fucking know because I was like,
I would have loved to have you in my like BBYO chapters. Oh my God. Not BYO, USY. I think we would have had more fun at USY, but... Sorry, hot take.
No, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we would have met each other as like children.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we knew each other for a long time. If you really think about it, you're not that much older than me.
No.
How many years older than me?
3.
That's it?
I turned 32 this year.
So what, we met when I was like 14, you were 17. So we did know each other in high school. So what if I had known that you were like lesbian the day I met you? Or not lesbian,
well, I'm not
sorry.
a lesbian.
Thank you. Interested in women.
Yeah.
Lesbian leaning sometimes.
Depends on the day. But no, I think it would have been helpful for my psyche to know.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have acted on it.
Huh.
Just because.
Did you kiss a girl in high school?
Oh yeah. Lots of them.
So you were experimenting.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I mean, no one really knew who they were in high school.
No, but here's the thing. When you're that age, it's just you're practicing kissing.
Right.
You're doing it for the male gaze.
And the males do gaze at that.
They do be liking it.
They do be gazing.
They do be liking it, even though it's not involving them. Voyeurism is interesting and an interesting topic. But not what we're talking about.
I was just going to say, do you want to discuss?
No, not particularly. Not today. I feel like that would be a big rabbit hole. But yeah, I don't think I really let it be anything other than that for a long time.
Sure.
Because, you know,
I have some questions that I'll say for off air.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. What is the best advice an elder has ever given you?
Whoa. Who is strong? Rosgolko. Boom.
We love you, Rosie.
We do.
Passover and Peeps is her episode if you want to check her out.
Let me think if there's any other great pieces of advice I've received. Well, I just feel like, does it count if it's music?
Sure.
Yeah. In learning, you will teach. In teaching, you will learn.
I like that.
It's literally, that also guides my life quite a bit. Thank you, Phil Collins.
Nice.
Tarzan album. Iconic.
I don't remember. No. Marty always said, be where you are, not where you're going.
Ooh. Be where you are, not where you're going.
Because he meant it in relation to driving. But it applies to everything in life.
Cool.
And I always liked that. And
my dad used to say, life is about choices.
Ooh.
And damn, is Lee not wrong? Lee's very fucking right about that. No, my dad had a lot of like great, I think, little, bits of advice. He's so funny. He used to like say, he had all these like catchphrases and stuff. He still does.
The greatest advice Grace ever gave me was when I first moved in with Dan, and she went, remember to pick your battles. Not everything is worth bringing up, and never expect your 10 and his 10 to be the same. So
that is phenomenal advice.
So
go, Grace.
If you think whatever you think like a 3 to a 4 is always going to be his 10. So when he does a task and you're like, what the fuck is this? Just be appreciative that he did it. And I was like, you know what? And that's advice I've given to other young people and people in relationships, because it doesn't just apply for heteros, obviously. And
I think we're all the exact same. I think dudes dating dudes, like, we have the same exact relationship issues that everybody else has. They're all the fucking same. Like, that's like not said enough. It's all just like relationships. I mean, every relationships are different because of these issues, absolutely. But like, we all just go through the same shit in relationships. Like,
yeah. What is?
And sorry, I was gonna say, because like I was watching Love Is Blind too, and it's just like I thought they actually did a really good job of like kind of showing that like relationships are really difficult. Like these people are really genuinely doing their best here. Like when you see that, you're just like, they're really trying, and like, they're not perfect. None of us are, but I was totally like, I think the shout out to the Seattle cast of Love Is Blind. I think you represent our city so beautifully.
Yeah.
Except for one person, but it's fine. I'm not going to say her name. It's fine. But yeah. So anyway, hot take.
What is your favorite non-physical quality about yourself?
That's a great question. My curiosity.
Ooh.
I think.
That is something I really do love about you.
Yeah, I'm a pretty curious person. I like discovering new things. How about you?
My humor, and that my laugh makes other people laugh.
Yes.
I really fucking love that about myself, because I think the dumbest and like littlest things are so silly, and I laugh a lot, and I think it's important that we laugh. And because I just fucking squawk when I laugh.
She does squawk.
When I really...
And it's so easy to make you laugh.
Yeah.
That's the best part. It's like, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't take
so
much.
Everybody just, yeah.
So then everybody gets to enjoy
Exactly.
a haha or two, because yours truly was in the room and I had to make a bird noise. It's not on purpose. It's just something that comes out of my body. I don't know. If you had to guess what color your personality is, what would you choose and why?
Ooh. That's a tough one. Honestly, like I love this color so much. It's
Like mint.
no, I don't know. It's like it's like a baby blue with like a turquoise element.
Mint.
Mint, is that the color?
Mint. Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think it's so cute. And I think it's like, hey, I'm a water sign, so I love the blue, you know. But also it's like a soft color, but it also has a lot of energy to it, I feel like, and that kind of describes me. Yeah, and I think it complements my skin tone, and yeah, it's bright, intense, but
Mint.
kinda Kraken blue, whatever this is. I do love that color though. Yeah, aquamarine kind of. Yeah, there you go.
This is the same fucking pull-up, babe.
Okay, I disagree.
Mint and aquamarine, depending on the color, like what's going on, warmth. It's hard. Anyway, I'm right.
You are. I don't know shit about color. That's like
I do.
Like there's a game called Hues and Cues. I hate that game. They all look the same. I'm like, what? The colors are barely different.
Oh, we would argue.
Yeah, we would, and I hate that game.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Out of Lowe's and Home Depot, who tops, who bottoms?
Home Depot is the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, and Lowe's tops.
Lowe's is a top?
Lowe's is a top.
Why?
Well, it's very sure of itself.
Okay.
You know, it's not trying to like really shove it down your throat. So, that's bottom energy. That's bottom energy. Lowe's is the bottom. Home Depot is the top. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
That was the correct answer. Starbucks and Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin' is what?
Top. Dunkin' tops. Starbucks is a top. Starbucks is a top.
Starbucks is
Dunkin'
a top.
is the bottom.
Yeah.
Because the Dunkin's fun and like wants to have a good time and just lay there.
Okay. Whole Foods and PCC.
PCC. PCC bottoms.
I agree.
And Whole Foods tops.
Okay. Amazon and Google.
Google's bottom. And actually, you know what? He's a fun bottom or top. Google tops, Amazon bottoms in that situation. I know it goes against everything I've been saying.
You know what though?
I just wanted to give one to the fun category.
Here's what I think. I think that Amazon is one of those creepy executive businessmen who needs to be submissive
It's
to
just
like
so
a
corporate.
dom, like a dungeon dom girly.
Bottom, so bottom hard.
Yeah, I think Amazon is a secret bottom.
I love it. Yeah.
Google is a
like,
top.
Where's chastity?
Google is a top. Okay. JP Morgan Chase and and Visa. I googled.
Visa tops, JP bottoms for sure.
You think?
Yeah, Visa swipes. Okay, like fucking, she's after it.
All right. One more. Nike and Adidas.
Oh, that's a phenomenal question. Adidas tops, Nike bottoms. They're very evenly like matched. Like it's an aggressive bottom situation, and it's a
they're both fighting.
Very sensitive
They're
top
both
situation.
fighting
like,
to be the top.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're both like
they are burst as fuck.
They're
Come
wrestling.
on.
they're wrestling. Can we talk about how gay wrestling
We've talked
is?
about how gay wrestling is.
Have we? Have we gotten into it?
I feel, if not, we can.
Because I feel like we always bring it up and then it just peters out.
I mean, when I was a kid, I used to love wrestling, and it definitely wasn't like gay to like get your well, whatever. But like, I don't know. It was very like, it's a great sport. Like, it's a very like fun and physical sport, and like kids love to do it. Like, you know, so it's like not. It's like the outfits are questionable. Like, what?
And it's like
they're so like. I just find them.
And it's not that it actually like is gay. Obviously, like people touching each other is not inherently sexual.
Right, yeah.
However, I think because how homophobic a lot of it is,
right? Yeah.
And the perception of like WrestleMania, rah, 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 machismo. It's just like,
yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'm just like, can we just accept that this is just like a thing that people do, and you have a good time touching each other, and you don't have to make it weird.
Yeah, just like
if you enjoy.
Why do you have to get erection out? Like, if you get a boner, you get kicked out. That's not fair. Come on.
Well, I feel
just kidding, because then it would totally be like sexual assault, and that's not cool.
I feel like they should just make cups big enough for expansion packs, so then it's just a way.
Next topic.
Wrestling chastity belts.
Oh, got it.
That's what I'm saying.
They should just wrestle naked, actually.
No, they should have like an AI diaper.
No, because like the ancient Greeks used to wrestle naked. It's like wrestling is meant to be done naked.
That seems
I think that we should all just do that.
That seems very vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, I just think we should all be nudists anyway. What are clothes? Except in Seattle, because it's so cold.
Yeah. I do not want to be naked all the time.
Neither do I.
Let's see. I'm gonna ask you one more nice little question, and then we'll get out of here. Tell us an unusual fact about yourself.
Spot be putting on. I feel like I'm very good at communicating with animals.
I would agree with that.
I feel like I really understand them, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird fact about myself.
It's giving Nigel Thornsberry.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That is one fucking compliment. Yeah. All right. Holy shit. We're at the 56-minute mark. We are so sorry, everyone.
You know, that brings us to the end.
It's got to.
And for our next guest, we have our lovely, lovely friend Nyx back with us. They will not be in studio because they are in Toronto. But we are going to talk more about ODHD energy, baby.
Hell yeah.
And as always, you can find us on social at The Coco Show Pod or thecocoshow.com and listen to all episodes and buy merch. Still waiting for one of you to email me your fucking cause. As always, we will see you next
Tuesday. Bye.